today's video is going to be my April favorites, and I wanted to share with you guys what I've been loving in the month of April. I cannot believe April is over already and we're starting May already, and it's like the May 4th today. So literally this year is just flying by and I can't keep up. It's crazy. So we're going to start off with primer. So the primer I wanted to talk about is the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. I got this to see if it was a, sorry. Sorry, my boss texted me. Anyway, so, I wanted to see if this was a good alternative for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, which you guys know I love. I'm almost done with the full size, and honestly, I do prefer the Milk Hydro Grip Primer just because it does absorb better into the skin than this one. But with this one, I feel like you need such a small amount and it really does cover your whole face. It's just a little bit stickier in consistency than the Milk one. But they're both really, really good. And honestly, if you wanted to try the Milk one but you didn't want to spend the money on it, I would just go with this. I think that this one is really, really good. Sorry, I am all over the place today. My necklace is like out of whack. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I like this. If you were eyeing this and were interested in the Milk one, I would suggest to try this one. So I really like it. Like I said, it's a little bit stickier in consistency than the Milk one. So just keep that in mind. But if that doesn't bother you, again, you need a very small amount, and then you won't really get that stickiness that much. But it absorbs into the skin really nicely, and I really, really like it. So I've had great experiences with e.l.f. primers in the past, so they make some solid good primers and good products. So okay, and then the next like prep spray, but it's not really, you can use it as a prep spray, but you can also use it as like a setting spray throughout the day. This is the Tower 28 SOS Save Our Skin SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. And I wanted to try this for like a really long time, and then I finally decided to pick it up during the Sephora sale. And I really, really like this so far. I think I'm almost halfway through the bottle. I do use this occasionally as a prep spray, but the way I've actually been using this is I've been using it for my dry patches on my leg. Because if you guys didn't know, like, I have had eczema for like a long time at this point, but it cleared up on most of my skin. Like, I used to have it really bad on my hands, and I used to have like really dry skin on my like fingers, and then I would also have it on the other side on the bottom of my leg, like right above my foot on like the right. I used to have it there too, but it cleared up there too. But for some reason on the left side, it's always been an issue, and that just has never cleared up. I think it's something totally different. I probably need to see my dermatologist, but I keep on putting it off. But I've been using this to spray on it, and honestly, this has been helping a lot because it is accepted by the National Eczema Association, and I was very curious to try it to see if it would help, and it has been helping quite a bit. This has been like the only thing that it relieves the itchiness a little bit, and also like subsides the redness like substantially. And this has been like the only product that like stops me from itching so much. Like most of the other products I use, like Vaseline with coconut or like coconut moisturizer or like regular Vaseline, they'll just like relieve like the scabbing that I get, but it won't like relieve the itchiness. Like I'll still be itchy. This is like the only thing that helps. So I really have been enjoying this. I just spray it and then I just like rub it in with my hand, and I really like it. So if you guys need something that's like a temporary relief for eczema, this is really, really good. So I highly recommend this. I really, really like it. And this is like $12 for the little smaller bottle, so it's really not that expensive at all. So I really, really like that. And then one other primer I just wanted to mention before we move on to complexion products is the Valentino V Lighter Dual Use Liquid Light Face Base and Top Coat. And what's funny is that I got this from my mom from a sample that I think that she ordered something from Bloomingdale's, and then like they give you like 10 million samples when you order something. So she always gives me all the samples. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll try this. And this is so, so nice. I mean, I would never spend the money on the full size, but it smells really good. It actually really reminds me of like the Becca First Light Primer, Backlight Priming Filter. Obviously, this is not available anymore, and this is probably like twice the price, probably like $50. But if you were looking for a good alternative, they have good ones at the drugstore, like the L'Oreal Lumi, and like there's some really good like dewy primers at the drugstore. But I was just saying, if you're looking for something similar in consistency to this one is really nice. This one is also so overly fragrant. I don't remember it being that fragrant because I got that at Marshall's a few months ago, and I had purchased that in the past when Becca was still available, and I don't remember it being that fragrant, but I really have been enjoying this. It's really nice. It makes my skin really dewy and healthy looking, and I really love using it with the next product I'm about to share with you guys, which is also from Valentino. But this is really nice. If you can get your hands on a sample, really, really nice product. And then what I use it with is we're going to get into foundation now. So I have been absolutely loving the Valentino Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 26 foundation, and this one's in the shade Light R2. I'm not wearing either of these complexion products today. I'm wearing mostly other favorites that I will talk about, you know, like an eyeshadow palette and a lippy. But I have been wearing this almost 2 to 3 times a week. And it's just so nice and lightweight on the skin. It really does look like just a lightweight foundation. I wouldn't say a tinted moisturizer, but it has such a beautiful consistency. And it kind of really reminds me of the Kogendo foundation. Again, they're both expensive foundations, but honestly, the Kogendo foundation is one of my favorite foundations of all time. And I would say that this is really, really similar to it. So I really love this, and I love using it with the Valentino primer. These are like a match made in heaven. I'm not saying go out and buy this. I would wait for the Sephora sale to roll around again. Or if you can get some discount at Sephora, do not spend full price on this because Valentino is expensive. But at least I got 20% off of it. So for me, I'll typically spend about $45 to $50 on a foundation because I do like trying high-end foundations. But I thought that this was worth it, and it's beautiful on the skin. So yeah, I really do love this. So yeah, that's that. And then the Tinted Moisturizer I've been loving, which I also tried from the Sephora sale as well. And this also came out the day of the Sephora sale that it started, is the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 20 Sunscreen in the shade 10N. This is so, so nice on the skin. It's very, very similar to what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty Easy Skin Tint. They have very similar consistencies. I would say almost the same. I think that this one has a bit more lighter coverage than the Fenty. The Fenty's almost like a light to medium. This one is probably like right in between. But it's super nice on the skin, adds a decent amount of coverage, and I really have been enjoying it. Very comfortable on the skin. You don't really feel anything, and I love it. So, so good. So if you guys have been interested in trying any tinted moisturizers from Sephora, this one is great. I love a lot of tinted moisturizers. I love the Urban Decay Hydromaniac. I love the Fenty Beauty. I love the Rare Beauty. They're all really good. I love the Tower 28 one. They're all great tinted moisturizers, so you really can't go wrong. Okay, moving on to concealer. I only have one concealer to talk about because I ended up returning the Dior Forever concealer or whatever it's called. I noticed that it made my under eyes crease right in this area, and no matter what I did to set it, it was still creasing pretty bad, so I ended up returning it. But this one didn't do that to me, and I always end up loving Tarte's concealer. So this is the Tarte C Power Flex concealer, and it's in the shade 8S Porcelain Sand. This is so, so nice. If you're looking for like a non-heavy full coverage concealer. This is really, really nice. I really love Tarte's C line, like anything from the Rainforest of the C line or just the C line now are so good. And I wasn't sure if I was going to try this because I was like, it's probably super similar to the C concealer. But I ended up like just finishing off that one right before the Sephora sale rolled around. And then I spotted this in the store and I was like, you know what? I really do want to try it. And I ended up loving it. It's so nice. It's so hydrating. It also has beautiful coverage. This is a really nice concealer, and I feel like nobody's talking about it. It's really good. I don't like the Shape Tape concealer. This is definitely my favorite full coverage. I don't like the Shape Tape concealer. This is my favorite full coverage concealer that Tarte has come out with. Really, really good. So I highly suggest you try that. Okay, and then the last thing complexion-wise is a powder that I tried from the Sephora sale, and I ended up loving this as well. I'm wearing it today. So this is the Rare Beauty set, I believe it's the, what is it called for the, I think Positive Light loose setting powder, and this is in the shade Light. I don't try to pick up too many powders. I usually end up picking up like one powder per year. Like the last powder I picked up was at the November sale, and I picked up the Pat McGrath. And then this time around I picked up the Rare Beauty one, and I really, really like this. It's super lightweight, feels really nice on the skin. But I like it more for light coverage days like today, or like a day that I'm just hanging out, like just going to my boyfriend's house and stuff like that. I just use this, and it feels really, really nice, super lightweight underneath the skin and super lightweight on the skin. Like you don't even feel like you're wearing powder, and that's why I really like this. I think this would be good for someone that has really dry skin. I mean, I have really dry skin, so I'm saying like if you've been looking for a light, loose setting powder, this is beautiful. And again, it doesn't even feel like you're wearing any powder no matter how much you put on. It feels like nothing. So I really love this. And of course, I cannot stop raving about the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Pressed Powder. This is like one of their best products they've ever come out with. And I wear these two together constantly. I also just used this to touch up my foundation. And it really did do a great job of covering what was kind of looking shiny or a little bit like creasy. I put it like right here and in my on my forehead and around like this area, and it really added some really beautiful coverage. It's almost like a powder foundation as well, and I really have been loving this. So I cannot stop talking about that powder. It's so good. And then again, this powder is great. So that is everything complexion wise. Now let's just move on to eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just going to start with the one that I'm wearing today and the one that I cannot get enough of. I love this palette so much. And of course, I had to mention the Sigma Beauty Ambiance eyeshadow palette. I have been absolutely obsessed with this palette. I'm almost done testing out all the shades, but it really is such a beautiful palette. Of course, I'm holding it the wrong way, so that's what it looks like. And I just posted my first impressions on this, and I also hauled it in my recent video that I just posted like yesterday, and then this one's gonna go up actually the day before this video goes up was when I posted the day before this video goes up is when I posted my haul, including this. And then, oh my god, Caitlin, it doesn't matter. People will see it. So anyway, this is the Ambiance eyeshadow palette. It comes with this amazing brush, and first of all, I cannot believe it took me this long to try Sigma Beauty brushes. This brush is amazing. I use it every time I wear this eyeshadow palette, and I just used it to clean up the crease earlier, and it's so good, so soft, so easy to use. But oh my god, this palette is so beautiful. It's become one of my favorite neutral palettes in my collection. I just love it. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are super buttery, pigmented, easy to blend. And the shimmers just are like butter on the lid. I'm obsessed. So what I'm wearing today is I put Summer Solstice in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Oasis. And then I went in with Sunspot on the outer corners. And then I went in with the shade Burnish all over the lid. And then I used Daze on the brow bone. And then for the inner corners, I just went in with Luster. And that's all I'm wearing today. And then I spiced it up with a little bit of a blue liner on the waterline. And it's just such an easy to use eyeshadow palette. You don't have to spend like a million years blending it out. It's so easy for like when I have a morning shift at work. I just throw this on and it's just so beautiful because I always know it's going to look good. Because again, the shimmers are stunning. So seriously, I don't know. I mean, I finally tried Sigma Beauty and I am not disappointed. They're all beautiful eyeshadows, and give me a boring basic neutral palette any day. And I just think this palette is gorgeous. Like, look at those. Look at that sparkly shade. So this one is Marigold. This one is Midas. And this one is Sunflower. Of course, you guys know I'm a sucker for gold. And then I'll swatch a couple of the matte shades for you guys. So that is Summer Solstice and Daylily. Oh my god, they're so smooth. They're just so good. That's Summer Solstice and that's Daylily. I'll give you guys a better swatch of Summer Solstice. I'm not going to swatch any other eyeshadows today. I just wanted to rave about this one. It's beautiful and I'm obsessed. As you can see, I've used this Basque shade that the Sigma... so much that the Sigma embossment is almost gone already because I use that shade almost every time I use this palette. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. I have pretty much used every single shade except for Luster on the lid, but I use it almost every single day on my inner corners if I use this palette. That's been my go-to inner corner highlight. But yeah, gorgeous, beautiful. I love it. If you guys were eyeing Sigma Beauty, I highly suggest you try them. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I think they have a solid, good eyeshadow formula. Really, really good. I love it. So, yeah, no complaints. Absolutely love this palette. And then I just wanted to mention a couple of palettes because I'm not going to like go in depth with these. I'm just going to run through them super quick. Because I actually have been rotating my eyeshadow palettes a ton this month, and I've worn most of the palettes that I've wanted to wear in the springtime. Like I wore my Give Me Glow Vintage Rose, I wore the Lizzie McGuire palette, I wore the Limoncello palette, I wore the Midnight Masquerade, I wore the Barbie, I wore the Plush Like Me. Those are all Colourpop. I've been rotating a lot. I've even pulled out some of my Glam Light palettes like the Red Velvet, the Pizza palette, and Red Velvet and the Pizza palette. I even wore my Hip Dot Clueless palette. So I've been doing a really good job. I also wore all 4 of the Odin's Eye eyeshadow palettes this past month, all the Legendary Diversa palettes. That was my goal for April, and I wore all of them. So I'm feeling pretty good about rotating my eyeshadows this past month. I also kind of took a break from buying new eyeshadow palettes, and then the newest one is the Sigma one. And then the Colourpop Winnie the Pooh, but I tried that literally like the last day of April, so I couldn't really include it in my April favorites. But I just wanted to mention these 2 palettes from Colourpop. So the Malibu Barbie and the Plush Like Me, I have been wearing quite a bit in the month of April. And I've talked about this palette so many times, the Malibu Barbie. I love this palette, you guys. It's just such a good summer palette. I just wanted to show it to you guys really quick. Again, I'm not swatching any of these. It's just such a good palette for the spring and summertime. And I'm so glad that I've been whipping it out and using it. It's such a good palette for this time of year. And I love it. It's such good quality too. And then the other one, I think I raved about this or talked about it last month, is the Plush Like Me. Again, it's so funny because it's always the palettes I end up skipping over from Colourpop that I end up raving about. But like I said, I did receive this as free gift with purchase from an order that I made like 2 or 3 months ago. I love this palette so much. It's just so good. It's been one of my go-to neutral palettes from Colourpop. Because like I said, I didn't really have too many neutral palettes that I had gotten from Colourpop in quite a while until I got this one in the Limoncello. And they're both amazing quality. So I absolutely love this palette. It's just so pretty. And if you want amazing Colourpop eyeshadow quality, this one and the Limoncello are amazing. So I can't rave about them enough. I love the shimmers in here, and the mattes are so pigmented. So, so good. And then the last eyeshadow palette I wanted to mention is the Melt Mary Jane eyeshadow palette. I did use this on 420, of course. But I did also use it a couple of weeks back when I saw Batman before 420. And I've just been using this a couple of times in the past couple of weeks. And I hadn't used it since like last year. So I just wanted to give it a little shout out. Because I really liked this palette. I know a lot of people weren't really like a huge fan. But I think the shimmers in here are gorgeous. I think they're beautiful and sparkly. And the mattes in here, I thought I was going to get bored with only 4 mattes in here. But honestly, the mattes in here are so good to go with the shimmers that this is such a good palette. Like, the mattes that they put in here go perfectly with the shimmers that I don't find myself ever reaching for another matte. Except for my brow bone highlight. And that says a lot with only 4 mattes and 6 shimmers. But I think this palette is gorgeous. Yeah, 6 shimmers. But so pretty. So I think I wore Beau recently, and Sweet Lucy, I think, was the other shade that I wore. I think I wore that on 420, and it's just so pretty. I love this palette. So I just wanted to give it a little shout out. I haven't gotten a Melt palette since this palette last April. So it's been a year since I picked up a Melt palette, but there just hasn't really been any other ones that I wanted to get. But we will talk about them when we come to blushes. So let's move on to the rest of the eye products, because again, we don't really have too many products. I mean, I definitely have newer products to talk about this month, because like I said, did shop the Sephora sale, so this is a little bit more interesting than the last favorites video. So of course, I've been obsessed with these. So for eyeliners, I really wanted to talk about the Makeup by Mario eyeliners. So I got the brown and the black. I've been wearing the brown so much. They're so rich and beautifully pigmented, and they just are so good, you guys. So that is the brown. And I got mine in the shade, I believe it's True Brown or something. What is the shade of this? The Perfect Brown. It says it right next to the name. So pretty. It's just a beautiful, rich brown. So I love that. And then the other one I got, of course, was the black. And this one's in the shade Super Black. This is like literally the blackest eyeliner I have or have ever tried for my waterline. Look at that. Oh, it's such a beautiful true black shade. I love it so much. I got these because of, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? I keep on getting eyeshadow on my mouse pad. Let's not do that. I got these because of the Fenty face, because she constantly raved about these on how good they were. Because she said that the Marc Jacobs ones dry out really quickly. And that used to be her favorite eyeliner formula for the waterline. And then she started talking about these. So, and then she was like, I'm not going to get the Marc Jacobs ones anymore because these ones are way better. And then I was so intrigued to try them then. And now I freaking love them. These are so good. I wear them almost every single day. And then when I'm not wearing those, I'm wearing one of these from my Colourpop gel liner set. And the 3 that I've been wearing the most actually the 4 I've been wearing the most this month are these 4 shades right here. So the one I'm wearing today is the shade, I believe DTLA. It's literally completely worn off. That's how much I've used this one this past month, because I've been wearing a lot of shirts that are like blue plaid like this, and I've been wearing this liner with the Sigma palette a lot. If I wear something blue, I'll pop this on the waterline, and it just looks so pretty, and it's such a pigmented blue. So I really like this one. I have it on my waterline today, so I'm not going to swatch it. And then the other 3 I've been using are the 3 metallic liners. So the first one is called Again, I don't have the name, but they came in this, yeah, the blue one's DTLA. This one is Silver Lake, I believe. This one is Get Lucid, and then the green is Wildcat. Yeah, so these are the three metallic colors. This one's like a really pretty, like, light champagne color. I really like that one. I honestly really like Colourpop's metallic liners. They're actually pretty pigmented, and they're the only metallic liners I buy. And I find that the metallic liners are a lot less harsh on the waterline. And that's that rose gold one. It's so pretty. But some of the, like, newer ones are, like, super pointy on the waterline, and I'm not, like, a huge fan. But the ones in here aren't bad. And then the last one is the green, which is kind of like a light green shade. And I really like this one too. This one's really nice. So that's the green one. So those are the liners. Really have been enjoying those 4 shades. So that is the liners that I wanted to talk about. And then mascara, I just have, well, actually I have a couple. I wanted to mention this one, but I do have one more that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on 1 second. Oh, it's right here. So the 2 I wanted to mention, of course, the first one I wanted to talk about is the Milk Makeup Rise Mascara. This is the mascara I decided to pick up from the Sephora VIB sale, and I really, really like this mascara. I like that it has, like, the curved wand. It really does a great job, like, gripping onto the lashes, and I really like this one. I'm not wearing this one today. I'm actually wearing a sample of a mascara that I've had before. I'm wearing the Nars Climax mascara, but I really love this one. I've been wearing this one almost every single day that I work, and I really, really like it. It really gives a beautiful curl to the lashes and really nice length and volume. This is really, really good. I actually ended up returning the Melt one today because I didn't think that one was as good as this one. And honestly, anything that doesn't blow my socks off anymore, I'm returning it because I can't be affording all this high-end makeup all the time. Like, I spent a lot of money at the Sephora sale, so whatever I'm not crazy about went back. So now I'm done with the returns, but I really love this one, so that one definitely was not going back. But yeah, it's a beautiful mascara if you were thinking about it. And then the other one that I really liked that I tried this month, this was also a sample that came with the Bloomingdale's order that my mom got, was the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I haven't tried a Benefit mascara in so long. I think the last one I actually tried was the Roller Lash one, and that's always been one of my favorites. But this one's really good too. Benefit does make good mascaras. I just refuse to spend money on Benefit anymore because they're so uninclusive. And also they release the same crap, but they do have good mascaras. So, and they do have good brow products. I've never actually tried a Benefit brow products before. Probably like the only person that hasn't, but this mascara is really, really good. I like it. It adds some really nice volume to your lashes. Okay, so now we're just going to talk about a couple of blushes. I don't really have any other new highlighters to talk about, but I do have a couple of blushes. So the first blushes that I wanted to talk about were the Milk Cosmetics Mariposa blush palette. So I've been eyeing this palette for quite a while, and I finally decided to pick it up. I actually forgot to grab one other blush. Give me a second. I forgot about the Patrick Ta blush. I was like, I knew there was another blush that I picked up from the Sephora sale. Oh, I didn't realize that it was still recording. Anyway, that was just me talking to myself about the other blush I was going to talk about. So anyway, this is the Melt Mariposa eyeshadow. not eyeshadow palette. I didn't pick up the eyeshadow palette. I picked up the blush palette during the Sephora sale. And this is such a pretty palette, you guys. But dang, these are pigmented, but they are so beautiful on the cheeks. I really have been enjoying them. I mean, I've only used them a couple of times. The only shade that I haven't used yet is Comingo, but I've used the rest of them. And they're just so pigmented and beautiful on the skin. And they have such a gorgeous formula. Oh, they're just so buttery smooth and so pigmented. Really, really nice. So I did pick this up during the Sephora sale because I eyed it in store. And I really did want something from this collection from Melt because I just thought it was so beautiful. But yes, it was extremely overpriced. But I decided on the blush palette over the eyeshadow palette because I was like, I'm never going to use the eyeshadow palette enough. But I felt like I was going to use the blush palette. So this one is the shade Fleur, and this one is the shade Sonrisa. Oh, just so beautiful. They're so buttery smooth, and I just love like the butterfly embossments, and also the two lighter shades. These are really gorgeous on the skin. Not glittery at all, super beautiful, like light luminescent blushes, but I've also been using them as kind of blush toppers or even like a highlighter, and I've used both of them like that, and they're both really, really pretty. So yeah, super beautiful. Love this palette. And then when it comes to individual blushes, the other one, of course, that I got from the Sephora sale was the Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's Sincere. I really wanted to try this shade. Honestly, this is like the most buildable, easy to use blush for someone that wants like an everyday blush shade. I feel like this is your shade. This is beautiful, but also it's very buildable on the cheeks. So I'm not wearing any of these blushes today. I'm actually wearing one of my Pat McGrath blushes, but this is really nice, super buildable and blendable. And I wanted to mention this Colourpop brush. I've been using this quite a bit to apply my blush lately because my tried and true blush brush is my, oh God almighty, Keelan. Now I gotta wash that brush because it just fell on the floor. My tried and true one is my Eco Tools one because I just love the shape of this, and I love that it like directs the blush color and pigment like right here, and that's how I like to apply my blush. But this one is really, really nice because this one really concentrates it on like the apples of your cheeks. And it's really, really soft, and I really like brushing upward with it because it's like the perfect size. So I've been using this a lot with this blush, and I like that this builds up the color a little bit more because this one concentrates the pigment probably even more so than the Eco Tools one. And Colourpop brushes are so soft. Honestly, I would skip over Morphe because I have tried their brushes before, and Colourpop brushes are so much better. So soft, and I think they're like cheaper than Morphe's brushes, and they don't shed whatsoever. They've held up amazingly. So really, really love this blush. Love this blush brush. This blush doesn't really swatch, so I'm not going to swatch it for you, but it's such a gorgeous everyday shade, so I love that. I'm just going to put that right in front of me. So I'm going to end up using it anyway soon. And then another blush that I wanted to talk about is this Colourpop blush that I got from the Tutti Frutti collection. And this one is called Swirled. This is really, really nice. It's such a beautiful, like, pinky peach shade. And this one is actually way smoother than some of the other Colourpop blushes that I've tried. I mean, I still really like them, but this one is like not powdery at all, and it's pigmented, and it applies beautifully to the skin. So I really like this formula of this one. I don't know why they're not all the same. Like, this one's like super velvety smooth. I would almost compare it to the Patrick Ta. They're very similar in consistencies, and that one's really, really nice. So, and then the last blush slash like highlight kind of duo that I wanted to talk about was the Sigma Cinderella Princess duo, the blush and highlight. This is beautiful. I'm obsessed with the blush in here. It's so gorgeous on the skin, pigmented, so easy to apply, velvety smooth. It looks gorgeous on the skin, and the highlighter is so pretty as well. these are just both solid, good products as well. Again, Sigma kills it with everything, in my opinion, now. I really, really have become a fan of their products. And this one is the blush, and that's the highlighter. You're not going to be able to see the blush as well. But this is such a pretty, like, orangey blush. And again, it applies beautifully to the skin. So I really have been enjoying this as well. And I've used this a couple of times this past month, and I love it. So now let's just move on to lips, and that is pretty much it. So for lip products, let's start out with the one that I'm wearing today, and this is the Makeup by Mario Lip Suede in the shade Nude Suede. I kind of was a little bit iffy about this product when I first bought it because I hadn't worn it yet, and then I started wearing it like over the past like 2 weeks, like honestly, like maybe like a week after I got it from the sale, because it wasn't really going with like the eye looks that I was doing. And now I've been wearing it quite a bit when I use the Sigma palette. And now I actually really like it. I was like, I'm not sure about this consistency because the way it's swatched, I just like wasn't really a huge fan. And then when I applied it to my lips to try it, I was like, I don't really love it, but it really is very comfortable on the lips after you apply it and you wear it throughout the day. Like, I reapplied this like a little bit ago because I had eaten dinner with my family. And this is not like a transfer proof lipstick, but it's a very, very comfortable formula, and I really, really like that. I don't know if I have anything really similar to this. I would say it's similar to like my Give Me Glow liquid lipstick. But I don't really have anything too similar. But I like it. It's really, really nice, and I really like the color. So it's a really beautiful nude shade. So I'm wearing it on my lips today, so I'm not going to swatch it, but it's very, very comfortable, and if you've been interested in these, I do like them. So very, very nice. And then the other liquid lipstick I wanted to talk about, I was a little bit nervous about these because the Fancy Face did pick up these from the Sephora sale, and she loves these and she hates these, but I really like these. So this is the Gucci liquid lipstick. I don't think there's a specific name, but the shade is called Mildred Rosewood, and it's one of the liquid lipsticks, which this is also a product that they launched during the first day of the Sephora sale, and I really, really like this. It's like again, very similar to the Suede formula of the Marc Jacobs, but I prefer this one even more. It's so comfortable on the lips, and no matter how many times you apply it, it's going to be similar to like something like this, that it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel like crusty like some liquid lipsticks do. It's just super comfortable on the lips. And if you've been looking for like a comfortable liquid lipstick, this is really beautiful. It is expensive though. So this one's like $20 less. So I would say whatever your budget is, if this is more in your range, I would say that this is similar to this. So also with the Gucci ones, they didn't have any like nude shades to choose from. They only had like kind of pinky shades, so I went with this one, and it's a really pretty color, but I really like it. It's super comfortable on the lips. So, but it's not exactly like a matte liquid lipstick, and that was kind of the issue because it's like a $40 lipstick. So like it does last a decent amount of time though on my lips. I don't find I have to reapply it at all unless I eat something, and that's only when I'm at work really. So I really like it. So to each their own, you know. We don't always have the same opinion. We like and dislike different things. But I did pick up most of these products that she picked up as well, and I love her recommendations. So last two lipsticks. So the next one is one of the Valentino lipsticks. One of the Valentino products that I picked up from the sale is one of their lipsticks, and I got the shade 100R. It's called Mini Rosso. I'm not sure what the shade is, but it's such a gorgeous formula and color. It's such a pretty pinky shade, but I swear this formula glides on your lips and it's so hydrating and makes your lips look so beautiful. But it has like this beautiful, like not shine to it or glossiness. It's just like a luminescence and it's so beautiful. Like I can't really explain it. It's not like super shiny if you can see what it looks like. It's like more so like a creamy consistency. It's gorgeous, but this is the most expensive mini I've ever paid for, but it's amazing. I love this formula, so we'll never get another one, but it's beautiful. And then the last lipstick is the most affordable lipstick that I'm going to talk about. This is the Colourpop Velvet Blur lipstick in the shade Bloom to Bloom. I rave about these Velvet Blur lipsticks so much, but this is such a beautiful nude color. And that one is Bloom to Bloom right there. I absolutely love these. They're so comfortable on the lips, and I just wanted another shade because I end up wearing them so much, and I just kind of wanted a new Colourpop lipstick. I did just get the Star Wars eyeshadow palette and lipstick today because, like I said, it's May the 4th. So I'll have another new lipstick to wear all the time. But this one is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Don't really have to say anything else about those lipsticks. I love them. And I really loved pairing it with this gloss. And I want to wear this gloss more often. But this is my favorite gloss that Colourpop has come out with. Or favorite gloss formula that they've come out with. Like ever. And this is one of the So Glassy lip glosses. And this one is in the shade Infinite. It's just such a pretty... Oh, maybe I should have worn this today. That would have added such a pretty... Oh, yeah, maybe I should have. I really have been enjoying glosses over lipsticks lately. The past couple of days. And I've been wearing the Winnie the Pooh one the past few days. Like, so much. But, again, that would have added such a pretty... that would have been so pretty to wear today. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. It's so comfy on the lips. And look how glossy and shiny my lips are now. And again, they're just so comfortable. I really like this. It's a really beautiful formula. This is the best formula, like I said, that they've ever come out with. I've never been really a huge fan of their glosses, and I think that this is their best one. It's super lightweight, like I said, super glossy and beautiful on the lips. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. Yeah, so that's it. I need to go because me and my mom and my brother want to finish Ozark tonight. We're almost done with it. I cannot wait to see what happens. I can't believe it's over. So yeah, let me know if you guys have tried any of these products and what are your thoughts. And yeah, bye!